internet. The streets can't never find me. Bitcoin, mommy, you know where to find me. Somewhere on the internet. The streets can't never find me. Bitcoin, big bang, big bees, big tanks. You know what it is though. CT, big they call me Bitcoin, baby. You know how to pay me. They ask me for my addy, know my digits, they be crazy. Yeah, all I want for Christmas is some Bitcoin, baby. And for New Year's, and for V-Day, and my birthday, and every day. Yeah, all I want for Christmas is some Bitcoin, baby. They call me Bitcoin, mommy. You know where to find me. Somewhere on the internet. The streets can't never find me. Bitcoin, mommy. You know where to find me. Somewhere on the internet. The streets can't never find me.
Hey guys, welcome. I am so excited about tonight's call. This is going to be amazing. I don't know where you are. I don't know who you're with. But what I do know is that we are a share away. So I want to encourage you guys right now. You see the topic, you saw the flyer, we've been promoting this. You definitely want to share the feed, put it in groups, tag some people, take the link and copy it and text it to somebody. Because all I want for V-Day is some Bitcoin, baby. And we're going to talk about why that's exactly what you want too. We're going to have a crypto conversation. I'm here with my broski, Jason Brown, and he is deep into crypto. And when I tell you, lives are being changed by the second, like literally. People that are making decisions right now, they are making life-changing decisions. So a few things I want you to do before we get into this conversation. For number one, I want you to drop your city and where you at right now. Let us know what city you're in, what state you're connected to. Let us know what's going on. I'm going to ask you to engage with us because we just not working tonight. We want to make sure that as we get into this conversation, that you are definitely a part of it. So drop it in the chat, whether you're watching on Facebook, whether you're watching on YouTube, or whether you're on the back end on Zoom. Drop your city in, your state in, and then I want you to tag a few people into this post so that they don't miss this conversation. The final thing I want you to do is your favorite Facebook group. They need to know about this conversation. So go ahead and add them into this conversation too, because I promise you, you're going to see as we get into just the first 5 minutes, you're going to wish that your whole family was connected into what's happening right now. Those of you who do watch parties, do your watch parties now. So what's up? This is your girl, Chyna Bethley, the Bitcoin mommy. And I'm so excited to say happy Valentine's Day. Happy Love Day to you guys that's out there. I thought that this time was so appropriate to have this conversation to really educate. Listen, the whole reason I even did the song was to educate while entertaining so that our community is not left out of what's happening right now, which is the largest wealth transfer of our time. We're in the largest wealth transfer of our time. And I just want you to have a piece of the pie. So I'm here with my brother. He is not only killing it in marketing this amazing platform and product that we have, but he's also on the back end in so many ways. But now as an educator, making sure that he's simplifying this conversation, that we're making and normalizing the wealth conversation across the board so everyone knows that they can participate. So my brother, Jason Brown, it is an honor to have you on the platform today. Welcome. How are you doing tonight?
Sis, I'm feeling blessed. I'm excited. You know, I realize now I'm talking crypto more than I'm talking anything else. Legit. Like the last 3 weeks, it's all crypto. And I'm grateful. When you reached out to me, I was like, I would love to, because you never know who you're going to reach. But I'm doing great. I've been rocking since like 10 a.m. on a Saturday, and 90% of my conversations are crypto. I just got off with a NFL athlete. We're talking crypto. I mean, I'm good. Tomorrow's Valentine's Day, so we were talking before, but this is the cutoff. So we're gonna end the night with a bang. Absolutely. Share this. Don't miss out. We're gonna talk about some real stuff, like not just some basic marketing. Like no, we're gonna really have that combo right now.
Yeah, no, we're gonna get into it, and I believe that it's so important. So keep sharing. I see the numbers are growing. Keep sharing this in your favorite groups because you really want to make sure that your community is a part of this. Give me 1 second. Let me see what's happening on the back end. Listen, I don't want anybody to be left out, so I included Zoom into this process. And I thought to myself, Yeah, I might be controlling a little bit too much on the back end over here, but let me make sure that everybody's just muted out on this side. Give me 1 second so we have a good, clear call, guys. What that means for you is you still have time to invite more people to this conversation and share. So listen, I'm gonna do a quick intro to make sure you guys understand that the everyday person could really participate in what we're doing right now. I don't want this to be an intimidating conversation. I don't want anybody to feel like, oh, this is just for people who are rich or wealthy and you need a certain amount of money. So I'm going to talk very, very straight and direct on some of the things that I was thinking when I first got involved into this space as well. So I'm originally from New Orleans, Louisiana. I live in Atlanta now. And I'll be honest with you, it don't really matter where you're from in New Orleans, you're not far from the hood. And so as well as I thought we were doing, and not that we were not, I just focused on the fact that my household had a lot of love in it. Right. But the truth is my mom worked 2, sometimes 3 jobs. My dad was a hustler by nature, and we just figured things out as we went along. Right. I chose to focus on the fact that it was a loving home. My parents are still married. But the truth is robbing Peter to pay Paul was a normal conversation in my household. OK, it was always an either or conversation. It was always before we go into a store. My mom gave us a pep talk. Don't you put nothing in that basket. Don't you embarrass me and ask me for anything. And so what am I saying? I want you to understand that if you can relate to what I'm saying in any kind of way, this conversation is for you, right? So my mom is my shero. She taught me impeccable work ethic. She taught me how to figure things out. She taught me how to have really tough skin. My dad, I learned so much from him because he believed that there was more than one way to get to the top. And I learned so much from my parents, and I thank God for them every single day. And I want to put you guys in a position to understand that you are one decision and one relationship away from your wealthy flow. So fast forward, I got into an amazing industry that allowed me to meet some incredible people about 10 years ago, which is called networking, right? Now our conversation tonight is strictly crypto, but I have to talk about this because you got to be in the circles of people who are having certain conversations for you to normalize wealth conversations. Otherwise, when we start talking about specific numbers, we sound like fictitious to you. But for us, it's a real world. So you are now entering into our world where we're going to be talking about cryptocurrency. We're going to be talking about Bitcoin. We're going to be talking about investments. And I just want you to know right now, I don't care if you're a single mom. I don't care if you're working a 9 to 5. I don't care if you're a student. I don't care if you're still figuring it out. You belong here and you have permission to participate. So 5 years ago, I was introduced to an incredible concept. 5 years coming up in a couple of months, that I was very intimidated by. I knew nothing about the world of foreign exchange. I knew nothing about the world of cryptocurrency. I knew nothing about the world of charts and lines and graphs. And not only did I know nothing about it, I wasn't at all interested in it. Give me beauty, give me marketing, give me something that's money. I don't want that. So when Jewel called me on the phone, my sister that I love dearly, I shut it down. I'm gonna be honest with you. So if you're here now because somebody invited you and you like, what am I on? Chill out for a second, relax, get comfortable. I promise you, they did you such a big favor by putting you on game right now. They're plugging you into a huge situation that could totally change your life. And that's what happened for me 5 years ago. My life changed. 2 years ago, I got my first set of cryptocurrency, and we're going to talk about that in just a moment. So, Jason, go ahead and give them an intro of who you are, why they should be listening to you right now, and why the person who knows nothing about cryptocurrency, because that's me. I focus on the brand new investor. I don't want to leave nobody out, but why that person should pay attention, should share this with more people, and why they should give themselves permission to participate.
Definitely. And, you know, it's crazy you said coming up on 5 years. And I remember being in Dallas when you came to actually look at the company. And we had dinner. We had like a steak dinner. It was like Jewel, Lawrence and Tamara, you know, the owners of the company. We had, if we were lucky, we had 1,300 customers at that time. And things were really just starting to pick up. That's crazy that it's been 5 years. So, you know, for those of you guys who don't know me, my name is Jason Brown. I started off in entrepreneurship in 2013, similar to Chyna. You know, I was in the direct selling space. I wanted freedom. I didn't care what anybody said. I had already done pretty well in my young professional career. I made good money at the age of 22, running a nightclub in Atlantic City, New Jersey. And I wanted freedom. Honestly, I didn't understand how people made money. Nobody ever educated me on wealth. I would drive. I remember, actually, it's funny you said Atlanta. I remember going to Atlanta with one of my good friends. We went to the mall there in Buckhead. What's the name of that mall?
Lennox.
Lennox. It is Lennox. I was like, it popped in. And Lou Williams was outside. He had a beautiful car. There's like a Bentley dealership. I mean, I'm walking through that mall like, I can't even, I could barely afford a pretzel, Annie Ann's. And across the street from the Lennox Mall, there's like CEO Row, right? There's this neighborhood with like mansions. And my boy was like, dude, you got to drive through this. So we drove through for like 20 minutes and he's like, oh, this is the CEO of this company, that company. I'm going to be honest with you guys. My brain could not even understand how companies could afford to pay people 20 grand a month. So I want you to know that, yes, I've created success. Yes, I've done well. And yes, I've been able to, teach people how to do the same thing. But you're hearing from a person who came from a small town in New Jersey. Both of my parents worked multiple jobs. I was raised to respect people. I was raised to, based on good principles. And that's basically the reason why I'm here today. My parents fought through, never got divorced. That's something we got in common, Chyna, because it's not very common at all. Right. But when I got into network marketing and direct sales, I didn't like the corny tactics that people were using. So I did my own thing. And my mentors were always telling me, oh, don't reinvent the wheel, just do it this way. And I said, no, I'm not going to do it that way. And so I ended up really not doing well in network marketing because I can't pretend to be something that I'm not. And so I said, look, if I love this industry and I want to change this profession to have a great reputation. But I was broke, 2015 in the summer, my friend in Nigeria, Roland, he might even see this video because he's big on Facebook, but he actually introduced me to Bitcoin and blockchain. He was sending me videos. He was telling me about blockchain. He sent me like 40 videos. And to be honest, I don't even think I watched one. I was so broke, ignorant, skeptical, all at the same time, which is a horrible combination. It's like throwing a bunch of your least favorite foods in a blender. And that was me. And so nothing happened because I was broke, 70 grand in debt. And I had to move back in with my parents. So obviously when you got no bread, you're not really trying to have a wealth conversation. I should have had an open mind earlier, guys, because Bitcoin was around $230 a coin. And like coins like Ethereum, Ripple, Stellar, they were not even listed on Coinbase at that time. It was strictly Bitcoin at this moment. So anyway, in February 24th, 2016, I'll never forget the date, Roland actually said, bro, did you ever make a Coinbase? Bitcoin just hit 500. I'm like, what? He's like, yeah, bro, Bitcoin just more than double. He said, and it's about to hit 1,000. I was like, all right, Roland. He's like, did you download Coinbase? I said, nah, not yet. He goes, bro, you're so stubborn. I remember him saying those exact words to me. I got checked hard. He goes, you're so stubborn. Go download Coinbase and send me your key. He sent me like this hash key. Ladies and gentlemen, he sent me $3. That was 0.007 of a Bitcoin. $3. He said, my dear brother, here's your first Bitcoin transaction. And today that $3 is worth over 300. Results are not typical, but that's just a fact, right? 0.007 Bitcoin is now worth 338. And what happened is from that point, I actually started buying Bitcoin every single week. So we're going to get more into that. But, over the last few years, I've been able to educate, travel to 45 countries. We've impacted over 200,000 families right now actively in over 100 countries. So it's been a blessing. I get to educate on the best platform in the world, and we teach people every single day how to capitalize on crypto.
That is amazing. 2015, $3, $3. You were stubborn, didn't even want to do it. And that money,
I should have just dropped 100.
Just $100, right? How would that have hurt you to just say, you know what, I'm gonna just put $100 in, and God knows what those numbers would be right now, but it doesn't matter. You're still up. We up and stuck. We know.
We up. He got me in, at the end of the day, he got me in before 2000, and that's really when things started to take off.
Yes, I think that's, first of all, you're talking about 3-digit numbers coming in. So I entered into Bitcoin at $3,500 when we were at Women Who Win Worldwide in in Orlando. But let me back up and tell the true story because I don't like to leave parts out, right? So what actually happened, my first Bitcoin transaction was from Chris. So I hosted an event in Atlanta. We had a dinner for the chairman, and he said, how much did the dinner cost for everybody or whatever the case may be? I told him the number, and he said something I had never heard before. He said, send me your Addy. I'm like, wait, what? Send me, what are you talking about? Send you my Addy. What do you mean my Addy? My address? Like my house? He was like, no, your Bitcoin Addy. And I had not set up a wallet. I was already in the company, but I had not set up a Bitcoin wallet. I think I may have had Coinbase, but I had never made a transaction. You know, it wasn't really bigly talked about, right? That was really heavy trading Forex. And he literally set me up right there. I already had the account set up, but I had never made the transaction. And he transferred me something from his phone to my phone in that moment. And I never forget it, Jason. This is what blew my mind. Whatever the number was that he sent me, you know, it takes some time for it to show up. When it showed up, it was more. So by the time I transferred it to my bank, I was like, where did all this extra money come from? You know, from this trend, it was more. And I was like, where did this money come from? And I promise you, it just blew my mind. I was totally addicted. And then Women Who Win Worldwide in Orlando, Nick Gourmet got on stage and he was like, everybody should be saving every week. It's $3,500. You know, once it breaks this mark, it'll never go back down this low again. If you just start saving it every week, and we just did it, you know, we started saving every week at $3,500. So just imagine, like, we're past 35,000 right now. So we're excited. Even if it was like just 500 a week, 100 a week, everybody's excited. And so that was my first experience with coming in. And I think the beautiful thing about it, Jason, is I didn't have to understand all the intricate details. I just had to follow directions. You didn't have to understand the intricate details. You barely wanted to follow directions. And
I'm not a direction follower. I just started buying it too. Same as you. I was $50 here, $100 here. And all of a sudden 2017 comes and I'm like, when do I take profit? I didn't even know anything. I'm like, dude, I got all this money in this account. And I was just kind of walking on faith, like, hey, maybe this thing really will go up. I had no idea.
I love it. So let's transition a bit, Jason, to people right now that's saying, okay, all I want for Valentine's Day is some Bitcoin. I know people want flowers and diamonds and perfumes and, you know, a bunch of beautiful different things. But why do you feel like, you know, giving a gift that keeps on giving, like cryptocurrency, is so powerful right now while people are thinking about spending money? Like, I literally, you know, sending my mom flowers and sending her, you know, edible arrangements or buying her gifts. And first of all, if you wait too late, then it's over with anyway. But why is Bitcoin a great gift to give someone, in your opinion, or whatever cryptocurrency you think? And then let's talk about cryptocurrencies people should be looking at right now.
Got you. So, I mean, you know, when I was young, one of my uncles, I think it was my dad's best friend, he gave me and my brother these, I guess they were bonds or stocks or something like that, New Jersey Natural Gas. And I was stoked. I almost cashed them out when I was broke. I was like, Mom, where's that bread? And she's like, oh, it's like $1,200 or whatever. And I'm like, all right, cool. Just let it grow. But, you know, that was a gift that grew. And I think it's a good feeling to give people something that, you know, it's got life. It can grow. It's constant. We live in a world where a lot of things are temporary. And so if you look at Bitcoin in general, I mean, I love Bitcoin. Bitcoin to me is number one, Ethereum number two. And the statistics show that Bitcoin is 60% of the market, right? 60% of the money that's in crypto is Bitcoin, right? So Bitcoin is just that king. It's the king of the jungle, so to speak, the top of the food chain, because of its functionality, use cases, adaptability, speed. It's only gotten faster, and there's a limited supply. So when you look at what you want to give somebody, why does, you know, certain cars hold their value and gain value? Why does certain bags, right? Women love bags. Why does certain bags gain value over time. You know, if you got this bag 10 years ago and you didn't use it, you know, maybe it's worth double or triple. Why are certain shoes, right? We're big in the shoe game. Jordans, for example. There are certain pairs that I have that I'll never wear. Why? Supply and demand. I got this Kobe Bryant jersey behind me, signed by Kobe. There's only 700 of them that are signed with that specific signature. Supply and demand, right? So with crypto in general, what's really going to drive the coins are like a few things. Number one, supply and demand, which is why Bitcoin is a great gift, because you can give. So I gave for Christmas a bunch of my friends. I got gifts, but I started sending out Bitcoin. Guess what? I paid my wedding planner. I'm getting married in May. I said,
congratulations. That's huge.
Thank you. It's a lot of work. But you know, the wedding planner, she's doing amazing. And we never talked expectations. She's a good friend of ours. But one night she was just up late working hard, and I said, what's your Bitcoin address? And I shot her over a really good amount of Bitcoin. I said, look, hold this. Don't cash it out. This gift for you could grow only God knows. But I think it's such a great gift to give because, number one, you're in a market with the supply and demand that is limiting the supply, and the demand is rapidly increasing. So the price is going to drive on Bitcoin no matter what anybody thinks, no matter what anybody says. The price of Bitcoin is going to continue to drive for a very long time, especially as the wealthy people, the banks, the hedge funds, the big companies start to teeter their way into the market. Also, right, you're talking about, you know, like flowers and stuff like that. I mean, I just bought roses for my fiance, but guess what? In 3 days, 4 days, they're dead. Bitcoin, that thing's still going to go. And more than anything, I think you give people the ability. Mark Cuban said this the other day. He goes, I love crypto. He was talking about Dogecoin specifically. And he goes, you know what? People think Doge is a BS coin. You know, they think it's a joke coin. He goes, but you know what? My kid put $100 in Doge, and now he's researching, and he's involved, and he's learning economics, and he's getting an education. So I know we got a lot of people here who might be parents. Think about that, not just on Valentine's Day, but what you could do with your kids by getting them into a little bit of crypto, have them put a little bit of money in. Now they see that money growing, because the school systems are not teaching us about financial investing and things like that.
No, I love it. And I think you're absolutely right. We're going to talk about Doge in a second. I'm interested in your perspective on it. I know I'm a heavy Bitcoin girl. I'm definitely, I'm excited for anything that's growing. You know what I'm saying? And anybody that's putting their money in. And so when the whole GameStop thing happened or whatever happened where Doge just exploded, if it helped people grow wealth, yay, right? Definitely loving the fact that we have long-term and short-term wealth strategies, and that people should just be learning about it. So many people are scared. So I'm on Clubhouse a lot, right? Today was on with Marina Warre, Eric's wife. That was amazing. Was on the other day with Grant Cardone and Ty Lopez. We ended up talking about Bitcoin a little bit. That was amazing. And people are yeah, it was an amazing conversation. Like, for number one, I think that app is incredible. It allows everything to kind of, you know, it's smaller. People who you didn't have reach with, or two, if you really have value that you add, then you find yourself connected to some incredible people. But bottom line, the crypto conversation is definitely starting to be a lot more popular. So what I asked people in one of the rooms that I hosted was, the ones who don't have crypto, what's your fear? Like, why haven't you made a move to just put $5-10 into it, just something into it? And some people felt like they didn't have enough education, or some people had the fear of what if it dropped, or whatever the case may be. And I like to talk about the long-term wealth strategy of it. Just set it and forget it. You know, here's what we know. You put your money in a bank account and you're saving it for a wedding. You talked about the wedding planning planner. If a person is getting married next year and you're saving money, you know for a fact that next year that $100 is going to be worth less than it is this year, meaning your buying power is going to be worth less next year than it is this year. You have the potential with Bitcoin, okay? The potential is better than the fact that you know for a fact that money is going to be worth less. You have the potential for your money to grow. And so when we think about long-term wealth strategies, I know you talked about how you diversified or what amount you save per week. Jason, would you share that with everybody as far as what you're doing so people could understand wherever they are? I love that you're talking percentages, because wherever they are, they can model after what it is that you're doing. And then we'll talk about short-term strategies and some other coins that you may be interested in.
Yeah, no, and I think, it's great that we're starting. I feel like you said the word normalize. We're normalizing these conversations now more than ever. Just in the last 7 days, I've had a high level conversations with some of the most influential people in different cities, with athletes and artists that are on a very high level that at one point I would have never even belonged in a room with. So there's people, but guess what? I was in a room in Austin, Texas 2 nights ago with a lot of high level people from 10 or 12 different industries that knew nothing about crypto. And even just the basic conversation was an eye opener. They all joined our academy. They're all on my session tonight, and there's transformation. So we could see right now that there's this fog that's being created, and everybody can see that fog. Some people are on the other side of the fog. Some people are still looking at it. And that's why we play such a pivotal role in the educational aspect of it. But here's the thing, when we look at the monetary system, we could talk all day about that. But the true proof is that the US dollar used to be backed by something, right? So if something has a true value, right? I have this bottle of Gatorade, the value of this bottle, right? The plastic may cost 5 cents, 2 cents, 1 cent, whatever, but the value is what's on the inside. If I take what's on the inside out, this bottle's worth basically nothing unless you're getting paid to melt it down, right? So here's the point that I'm trying to make. If the dollar is no longer backed by something, and we're getting these massive stimulus checks, all this money printed out, well, then naturally, like you said, the price of the dollar, though we see it as a square number, is actually being inflated. So that dollar value is becoming weaker and weaker and weaker, and we can see that across the board. Now, to answer your question, the thing about cryptocurrency that people need to stop fearing is it going to be here forever? Now, I'll give you an honest answer. You see a company like Tesla, Elon, toggling back and forth. Now I believe he's probably the wealthiest dude in the world. And he'll probably, unless Amazon does something with crypto, which I assume they probably will, I think Elon will just blow Bezos out of the water because he's thinking crypto minded. Mm-hmm. But if you see a company like Tesla put 1.5 billion in crypto on their books, and they made more money off Bitcoin in the last few months than they made off of cars in 14 years. Guys, the world is changing. Period. Done. And here's the biggest thing. You have to be around the right people because every cryptocurrency has a use case. If it does not have a use case, then yes, you probably long-term will lose money. Okay. But there are certain coins that have a use case. Ethereum, massive use case. Bitcoin, the ultimate use case. Ripple, use case. Stellar, use case, right? Dogecoin doesn't really have a use case. And Dogecoin, we talked about this tonight with Kurt Cobain on my session. Kurt Cobain, not Nirvana Kurt, but Crypto Kurt. Right. That's my brother, man. I got to tell you guys, if you don't know who Kurt is, you got to start.
Oh, no, they know. Question. Listen, if they know Kurt, we rock out. Absolutely.
Well, I know there's a bunch of not random, but there's a lot of guests here too. Absolutely. So if you don't know, you gotta get plugged. So tonight, Kurt, I called Kurt. He had a session. I had a session. We teach crypto a couple days a week. Kurt's amazing, man. I kneel to Kurt. I mean, this guy is literally ridiculous. But it's just time in the game, right? He's doing the research that most people won't do because you're on Netflix. But Kurt is a beast, and we're talking about Dogecoin, and Dogecoin is producing more coins every single second. So will Dogecoin go to 10, 20, 30 cents? I don't really think so. I don't even know if it's possible. Mathematically, I don't even know if it's possible because a lot of money would have to go into Doge. But there are coins that are sitting there right now that are not really being used the way that they will be in the next 5 to 10 years. And if you can grab equity, you're like a person who landed in Florida to buy real estate before people wanted to move there, or to Texas, or to the United States. Early settler, right? You're here before everybody, and now you get to claim this is my land. So you're gathering assets. And if this is your mindset and you know the use case of those coins, then you never really, Civic, Ren, there's a lot, but you never really have to question the validity of these markets. You don't.
I love it. I love what you said, and I love that you talked about the use case scenarios. I think it's important for people to understand that these cryptos have technology that's backing it and it's solving a problem. What I love about Bitcoin specifically is that it's designed to be the people's currency as a hedge against inflation, which is a really, really big deal, because that's what we're dealing with right now, preparing people to go into hyperinflation. And that's what we don't want. But when we see stimulus checks constantly being printed like that, we already know what's coming next. And so, of course, the person who's had a tough, financial situation throughout COVID, is like, we need stimulus. Why would you say this and why would you say that? But we're talking about the long-term effects of how the world is going to be affected by an inflated dollar, meaning that when you go to the store to buy bread and you go to the store to buy eggs and milk and cheese, what was simple is now more expensive. And so you're still holding $100 bill, but you need more of that because it's inflated to actually make simple purchases. Whereas if your money is diversified and you're into the crypto world, if you bought crypto when it was a lower price and now it's worth more, that is going to put you in a better position. And so that's really powerful. Short term, really quick, and we're going to get into Doge. We're going to get into some of the other ways. You did the percentages though. Talk about that quickly. I know you have a strategy.
Yeah, that's right. I'll keep it simple. I think, a couple people ask me every day, well, what should I do? There's a strategy, very simple. It's called dollar cost averaging, right? Mm-hmm. So and I'll just give you an example. If I put $500 in Bitcoin at 20,000, and then I put $500 in Bitcoin at 40, then I'm averaged in at 30. Make sense? So the idea is, and when I grew up, my mom used to say, don't put all your eggs in one basket, right? This is very cliche. Everybody's heard it before, but what does that really mean? It's actually wise, because, just like you're not going to throw all your money on a gamble for the Super Bowl, you're not going to throw all your money, into an investment, right? We're incrementally moving money. Mm-hmm. So when it comes to crypto, I think you tithe 10% and you put 10% into crypto. Right? This is something Jewel and I were laughing about, but it's the truth. We talked about it at the women's event last week, that you got to put your 10% where it is. But I think 10% is that number. And if you budget yourself properly, I'm putting 10% every single week, even at 47. Even, Ethereum. I've been going harder now because I think the burst is going to come and it's a pop. Yeah. So let's talk two percentages real quick. I think 10% a week. If you have a good stable income, maybe you're doing $50 a day, $100 a day. Maybe you get paid once every other week. Figure out your budget, but you need to find a strategy where you're consistently entering the market, because you're going to catch the waves up. You're going to catch the pullbacks. So you're going to average yourself into the market. Now, the second thing real quick, Chyna, I'm 72% Bitcoin, and it used to be more. I used to be 85%. Now I'm 70%, 72. I bumped Ethereum heavy. So I'm like 72% Bitcoin, 22, 23 Ethereum. And then the rest is diced up between Stellar. I am going to get back into Ripple. I sat on the side with Ripple for a little bit, but I'm getting ready to get back in because it looks like it's going to pop soon. I don't know, maybe a little pullback. We got to see right now. But Litecoin, some of the majors. So I'm here for the long run, and I know Bitcoin and Ethereum are going to be the two that really move.
Absolutely. I love the 10%. I know for the last couple of weeks, the wealth community that we're in, sometimes FOMO hits out all of us. I don't know if it hits you guys, but when we start dropping in all of those doggone screenshots, I'll be like, let me transfer some more, because I kind of feel like when we see those big moves, I'm like, first of all, I literally have to pep talk. Julie and I on the sideline, I'm pep talking. You have no idea how I had to get over some stuff, because when you see the kind of numbers we see on a regular basis being dropped in, I always feel like I don't have enough, right? So I gotta fight that FOMO. You too. I'm so
I got a lot too. But I'm like, you find yourself like, man, it's enough. What's enough? Like what really is enough? And
right.
You're never going to be satisfied.
No, exactly.
Average, bro.
listen, I gotta stay grounded in the Holy Spirit and know that God has already positioned me and that I have enough. But I promise you, there's been some weeks that I just dumped more. Like I gotta get this moving fast, right? But I'm grateful. Short term, we get a lot of in certain platforms. People don't understand when we talk about trading crypto. I think they are looking at it from more of a stocks perspective, and it's always this battle, if you will, where they think when we're talking about trading, we're telling people to sell what the long-term acquisition is. They don't understand that we're making, like, I had a crazy week this week off of 5 trades, just Bitcoin. And then I realized Ethereum was cutting up, and I was like, why the heck did I get into Ethereum too? Just because of swipe coin. Like, I'm not boggled down with my time. I'm not looking at a bunch of charts and graphs. I'm not consuming. I'm literally running my business and moving full speed ahead. Yet I got a trade idea that's being sent to me from Crypto Picasso. I'm taking less than 2 minutes to put it into my phone and literally making no income claims, but the type of money that somebody won't see for months from my bed. Like, that is crazy. Quick, just insight on short-term trading inside the foreign exchange market, cryptocurrency, with the right community, with the right tools, and why we're not doing stuff like what people think that we're doing. And because most people think it's going to be terribly hard and nobody's going to make money. They don't realize our extreme accuracy with these multi-million-dollar banking software. Like, what?
Yeah, this is what's crazy. There's a whole world in crypto that most people don't even recognize exists. And what I've been educating people a lot on is that there's actually 5 ways to capitalize on crypto. One of those ways is dollar cost averaging and portfolio building. But another way is leverage trading through MetaTrader 4, which is how most people around the world trade in the foreign exchange market, right? It's push and pull, buy and sell, in and out, unlimited amount of transactions, but you can short, you could put a buy in Bitcoin, ride it up, close it out, take profit, take a sell back down. You can just ride those waves. So one of the softwares that I lean on is called the Scalper. Guys, we have a scalper that literally nails like 80% of the moves in the crypto space, from the moves that most people don't care about, the $200 to $300, $400 moves. They matter in the day trading space, and you don't touch your portfolio. In fact, you increase it. And so what's amazing is most of these brokers allow you to pay out or withdraw your profit in Bitcoin. So you're trading basically a speculation, buy or sell, with professionals. And if you make profit, I gotta say if, because we can't make guarantees, right? Regulators want us to say certain things a certain way. I get it. But if you make that profit, you get to pull it on Bitcoin. So this is how a lot of my friends, broke college kids, people that lost their jobs, this is how they're starting to accumulate crypto, which I think is so unbelievably powerful.
No, it's powerful. So you shared a little bit about your take on Doge. You shared kind of what your portfolio is looking like. Mine is very, very similar. I'm more on the main coins than I am on some of the other coins. My husband really likes what's happening with Doge, but he understands for more of a short-term play or whatever the case may be. But obviously it's just kind of a fun thing or whatever the case may be right now. But what is your take on it? Say again?
On Doge? Well, yeah, on Doge. No, I said we're having fun with it. You know, here's my Doge story. It's crazy. So 2016, I started accumulating a lot of crypto, and I ended up getting a Bittrex account, which now they don't allow US. So I have Bittrex, and I loaded a bunch of Bitcoin into Bittrex, and I started to diversify into different alts. And at the time, YouTube University was my space. So what I would do, we didn't have the platform. I didn't have Kurt Cobain and all these people teaching. So YouTube University was my source. So I went on YouTube, and I would go once every few weeks, and I would go YouTube, well, what's the top 5 coins this year? You know, just whatever. I'm lost in the black hole of YouTube. So anyway, there was a guy who said, and you know, his like bonus coin was Dogecoin. And he's like, this coin is a joke. He's like, it's made up by some guy. It's a meme of a dog. and it could one day go up because it's a joke and people might just buy it. So I bought 350,000 Doge for, it was either 250 or 500. Okay, so I have 350,000 Doge. And crazy, in the beginning of the pandemic, I had not touched that Bittrex or Binance account. So a lot of my crypto was just chilling. I checked my Blockfolio, that was it. And this is God. So the pandemic's coming. I'm like, you know what? I don't know what's going to happen. There's a lot of fear being insinuated from both sides. I don't live scared, but what I am going to do is I'm going to take all my crypto off the internet and going to put it on a cold storage wallet, Nano, Ledger.
Absolutely.
That's something that I teach, right? So if you have over 2 to 3 grand in crypto, you need a cold storage wallet. So anyway, Ledger didn't support some of the coins that I had. So what I did was I consolidated about 10 different altcoins. Some of them I probably should have just held on to, which is fine. I mean, I'm moving it to Bitcoin, it didn't kill me, right? But Dogecoin was supported by Ledger. So I transferred that, and I transferred Digibyte. And you could do some math. So, I mean, my take is that I'm forever in profit, right? I got in at nothing. I'll tell you though, I'm looking at Doge on a chart right now in the other screen. And I think that we still will have room to play, right? There's enough people talking about Doge. There's enough people buying it, but we need to pump it. It needs to be pumped more. And I'll be 100% transparent. If we get past 10 cents, I'll probably cash out, put it in like Ripple or something else, just because the idea of it going to $1 is more of a dream than a reality. And Kurt broke that down on my session tonight. But I like it. And you know what I think it could turn into, Chyna? I think Doge could turn into the coin for kids. Like if somebody takes crypto and wants to educate our kids and our youth on economics and, you know, money and investing, then I think Doge could be that coin. Now there are rumblings. I'll just end it with this, the Doge conversation for now. I'll end with this. There are rumblings that Doge will be used in the adult film industry and also in the video game industry. I know that's cringy, but there's no use case for it. But they're saying that they might accept Doge on certain platforms for video games as well. So I don't know. I don't know if I'll be a part of something
Elon has been really heavy on Twitter about it, which surprised me. I mean, I know he's talking Bitcoin too, of course, and he just made the move. It makes sense. I'm just like, I'm always thinking like, okay, I see what just happened, but what's the really behind what just happened? You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't know if he wants to test. What's the agenda? Like, I don't know if he wants to test his social power to see if he can push it and then dump it or whatever the case may be. I don't know, but he's heavily talking about it. And you know, when Elon starts to tweet things or whatever the case may be. But listen, Jason, it has been amazing. I'm so grateful. Guys, we share something in common. We get our education from an amazing platform. I see my sister Jewel on here. Sharon is on here. Javana's on here. Hey, how y'all doing? Y'all are super duper lit. I love you guys. And yes, it's a whole vibe over here. Okay, it's the convenience for me with these. But
hey, Jewel, you didn't compliment my grades. I'm a little offended. I'm working on them right now.
And he's taking his hat off 3 times. Like, give him a compliment, guys, right? So
I just got out of the sauna and my whole face, like I'm just like refreshed, but I'm like trying to get my life back together.
Absolutely. No, I totally get it. Jason, it's been amazing. Those of you that are watching, somebody invited you here. They text you. They shared this on their page, and this does not have to be the last conversation. We have access to a community of the best, the creme de la creme. Don't you ever get it twisted. You have to pay for what you pray for. If you're praying to go to the next level, if you're praying for increase, if you're praying that 2021 is going to be the best year of your life, you got to be willing to pay for it. And when you're talking about accumulating wealth, that's one thing you don't want to be cheap with. Like there's certain things that you can get away with really wanting the best deal on. But when it comes down to generational wealth, you want the best education. You want the best opportunity. You want to be a part of the best circle. When I think about the leadership that's in this company and I think about Chris and Isis, like it doesn't get better than that. Like when I think about what we're doing as it relates to being a category creator and helping so many people, hundreds of thousands of people. Jason, you said something in the beginning, 200,000 people, I believe you said it, that's in your organization. I don't know if there's a lag.
Yeah, close to it. It's not over now.
That's a big number,
yeah,
right?
There's a little lag. Yes.
That's a big number, but I just got off stage, like I said, Jewel and I was on stage with Marina, and what I'm realizing is in other network marketing companies, to make even close to what you guys are making or even what I'm making, they need to have millions of people in their business. I know a young lady that's in another company, Jason. She has over 700,000 people in her. She has the whole company in one of her legs. So when I think about what's being done, we are changing the game. And now that there's so much social proof, if you're looking for an opportunity, if you're looking for leadership, if you're looking for mentorship, if you want to develop personally, if you want to build wealth, this is the place to be. So I encourage you to really get back to the person that invited you to this call. Let them know what you like most about what you heard. And really, for real, like just get started. Just get started. Somebody invited you that's in. All you want to do is say, are you in? Are you connected? Do you have a link? Like, because you have access to live education literally around the clock. We have over 100 educators, right? Jason is one of them. You hear him talk about Kurt Cobain. You heard me talk about Nick Gomez, right? We got Crypto Picasso. It's amazing. And that's just one of the industries that we teach you about. What do we provide? Education. That's why it's safe for you to come here if you know nothing, because we're going to teach you, and all you have to do is show up, be coachable, be accountable. I always say coachability, accountability, and humility is really what you need to win. Coachability, accountability, and humility is really what you need to win inside of this space. So I'm excited for all the brand new people. Now, listen, Valentine's Day is tomorrow. Give your lady access to this academy, and she will thank you for life. Ladies, because I know men get a lot of slack on Valentine's Day. There's been some debates. Is Valentine's Day only for the ladies? Listen, lady, give your husband a skill that he could develop that's going to make you happier throughout the year, and go ahead and enroll him into the academy. Okay, moms, you want to give your child something, you want to give your parents something, give them access to the education. It's not just you going and opening up a Coinbase account that's going to be enough. You need the guidance and the education that's necessary to make big moves so that you can really, really benefit. So, Jason, I know that it's the day before Valentine's Day. My husband thinks I'm a workaholic. I love him so much, and he gets on the calls. He talks about it. I absolutely love it.
Hey,
I totally agree.
He's smooth, but I get it. He's like, I need you. Get off that screen.
Like, are you done yet? Like, look, it's a wrap, right? So give your fiance my love as well. Congratulations again. Thanks for hanging out, rocking out. And I believe so many lives were changed. Thousands of people were able to be impacted by this one conversation. And I know the replay is going to have tens of thousands to be impacted by it. So thanks for making it simple, helping it to be fun. And I'm super duper excited about that we up. And we up and we up and we stuck. Okay, we're not going back down. Period. Okay, so
yep, we stuck. Hey, listen, let's do something on Clubhouse. Me, you, Jewel, Wanda. I know you guys killing it on Clubhouse with the crypto. So
absolutely.
I know it's about the crypto, but if you need me, you know where to call my number.
No, listen,
you know where to call.
We do Queens of Cryptocurrency every Wednesday on Clubhouse at 12 noon. And we love to have you up there. We have men that are up there as well. So Queens of Cryptocurrency every Wednesday on Clubhouse, 12 o'clock noon if you need more. But guys, I cannot stress to you enough. Don't wait until Wednesday, because Wednesday it might be 50,000 and you could have made money off of your money just sitting, and we could put you in position right now. So get in now. Icy, you did good, and you waited to the last minute to do all of this, but get in now. And we look forward to welcoming you to the inside. I love you. Thank you so much for being here. Peace out, Jason. Guys, listen, now is the time. Do not wait. Do not delay. Whoever invited you, ask them for their link. get into position. It's winning season, and we want to see you on the inside. Thanks so much for being on with us, guys. This is Chyna Bethley here, CEO and founder of Rich University, and I'm excited to say welcome to the inside of your next level of winning. God bless you guys. We'll see you soon. Peace. Oh, hold up. We got to end it with a bang. Wait a minute. Hold on. We got to end this with a bang, right? Wait a minute. Here we go. What? Hey, let's go. What's up, y'all? I just want y'all to drop ones and if y'all ready to go. Drop those sevens and if you ready to go. What?
You know where to find me.
Hey.
Somewhere on the internet. The streets can't never find me. Bitcoin, mom, yeah. You know where to find me.
Y'all better go download this.
Internet. The streets can't never find me. Bitcoin, big bank,
What?
big fees, big tanks. You know what it is though. CT, big they call me Bitcoin, baby. You know how to pay me. Yeah. They ask me for my addy, know my digits, they be crazy.
Yeah.
All I want for Christmas is some Bitcoin, baby.
Y'all better screenshot this and tag me on Insta.
And my birthday.
Tag Jason.
Every day. Yeah. All I want for Christmas is some Bitcoin, baby. They call me Bitcoin, mommy.
What?
You know where to find me. Somewhere on the internet. The streets can't never find me. Bitcoin, mommy. You know where to find me.
Somewhere on the internet.
The streets can't never find me. Assets, Forex, big checks. What's next? Franchising on enterprises. Singapore, private jet. They call me Bitcoin, baby. You know how to pay me. They ask me for my addy, know my digits, they be crazy. All I want for Christmas is some Bitcoin, baby. This Bitcoin, baby.
What?
Bitcoin, baby.
What?
All I want for Christmas is some Bitcoin, baby.
Hey.
This Bitcoin, baby. Bitcoin, baby. They call me Bitcoin, mommy.
What?
You know where to find me. Somewhere on the internet. The streets can't never find
Let's go.
me. Bitcoin, mommy.
Hey.
You know where to find me. Somewhere on the internet. The streets can't never find me.
Let's go, guys. All I want for V-Day is some Bitcoin, baby. You hear me? We talking about on Christmas, New Year's, V-Day, my birthday, and every day. Go get you some Bitcoin. Get in the system, get the link, and we look forward to seeing you on the inside. God bless you guys. It's been fun rocking out with you guys. I'll see you soon. Happy Love Day. Bye for now.